Peace, family. This is your brother, Old Guy from Uncensored Truth Podcast with your co-host.
What it do, brother? It's SamAnt from Viral Hip Hop News. We in the building, man. It feels good. We told y'all. What's going on, man?
What's going on? It's a pleasure to be back in the building once again. And we told you we would keep coming at y'all daily. Before we get started, I just want to plug our first official product. You see it right there on the screen. Our first hip-hop uncensored first official coffee blend. We'll leave that link right in the description of this video. Make sure y'all get your first official coffee blend. We're supposed to roast some coffee, man.
Yeah, we were supposed to roast some coffee. We need them K-Cups, Darren. Let's go with them K-Cups, man.
Yes, sir.
We're a little lazy nowadays, but we got to brew this coffee up, man, so we can have it up here and, you know what I mean, let y'all know live it's all that. Because we tested it, but we got to let y'all know live that it's all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so definitely, man. So make sure you hit the like button and, follow our channel right now. Also, that's also going to be in the description box of this channel, Uncensored Truth Podcast. We're going to transition eventually at some point. We don't know when.
It's coming.
Yeah, we'll transition eventually over there. So Uncensored Truth Podcast, subscribe right now in the description box. So let's get to the list of what's going on today in the news, in the hip. Suppose a little scandal that comes out. And this article right here is by way of hot new hip hop. And over the weekend, Odell Beckham was partying with a French model named Laura Chuchawa. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, something like that. So it's a video, and I'm gonna share the video right here. They're saying that it's a substance that appeared to be a couple lines of cocaine, and they're saying what it appeared to be. They don't know if it's marijuana
sleep with some,
or
you to sleep with some
cigarette.
Trying to get you to sleep with some.
Alright, so they just put about 5 seconds.
You to sleep with some. Trying to get you to sleep with.
So, what you think about that?
Alright, so it's 3 people in the room. At least. I'm going to say 3 people because you got somebody filming. Odell Beckham and then the young lady sitting there doing what she's doing. It's obvious what she's doing. Now, from a journalistic perspective, I'm not going to say that brother was about to do cocaine.
Right.
But from a real nigga perspective, that nigga was about to do some cocaine. And it was on camera. And I mean, she was chopping up 3 lines for 3 people. They was about to get busy. And you gotta ask yourself who was behind the camera. You're talking about Odell Beckham Jr., the top wide receiver on the New York Giants, speculated to be the top paid wide receiver in the NFL. We already know what the NFL is all about. This brother was guaranteed some money, some serious money, and it was somebody fucked up. And I mean, like I said, look what about 5 seconds. Play it again. Let's see what it was, about 5 seconds long. Yeah. It wasn't real long. He looked like he had a joint in his hand, which we could get into in nauseam when it comes to the marijuana laws and the marijuana rules when it comes to the NFL. And as opposed to when it comes to the NBA, the disparaging differences between the two. But nonetheless, he looks like he had some kind of weed, and he's about to do some coke. Yep. I mean, shit. It is what it is, man.
It's kind of blurry, though. I mean, he got some pizza there. I mean,
she got a credit card in her hand, man. All right, if that's not cocaine, it looks like a pill.
Yeah, I mean,
that looks like 3 pills.
Right. Well, we'll stop showing that there. But, yeah, but the good point that you bring up, though, the great point that you bring up is who is behind that camera? Who the hell was in your circle? First, I want to make it clear. The onus is on you, Odell.
Facts.
You have to be smarter than that, Odell. You got millions of dollars on the line, Odell. Now, I know you like to have fun, Odell, but we don't have cameras in the room, Odell. We make sure that we screen everybody. You remember Jay-Z songs with Beyonce and Khaled put out? She said, if you're going to party with the queen, you're going to have to sign a non-disclosure. Why don't they say stuff like that? Because what goes on in this room doesn't go out nowhere, so we got to take your cell phone. You had, I think Chris Brown said, when females and stuff come, we take their cell phones.
Damn right.
Because it don't matter what you're doing in there. It's not their business.
And at the end of the day, you're a business. You're an absolute business to somebody. If you got somebody behind the camera, they're seeing dollar signs in front of them. And if they're doing something crazy and they ain't as close to you as they're supposed to be, and you just got some wild shit around you, and your circle ain't tight, my man, you got some situations where you got somebody trying to come up on your dollars. They fuck it up in 3 different ways. They go and take your money because that video's viral. They got bread from that. They taking your money away from the NFL because no one's going to want to touch you. We know how this league is. As good as you are, they do not care. They treat you how they want to treat you.
Facts.
At the end of the day.
Facts.
So you tore your money up, and you probably tore all kind of endorsements that you had going on. You messed up, right? And it's no there's no excuse for that, for you to have this camera on. You got to sign those deals, man. You know how this goes. You're in the entertainment world. You hang out with the Drakes. You hang out with the Chris Browns. You hang out with the entertainment stars. You know how this shit works. You've been around situations where there hasn't been phones or phones taken away. You found yourself in an intimate situation and you fucked up.
Facts. And pull up the clip with Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith ripped into him.
He did.
He ripped into him. We'll play the audio of the Stephen A. Smith clip, and I agree. It's like, man, you got a lot on the line, man. There's no way that you should be slipping up like that. And we have to look at examples of athletes, as Stephen A. Smith will allude to, that kept, the straight and narrow. And I'm not saying that you have to be perfect by any means. It's just to know that certain things don't go out into the public because the way you're going to be perceived. And quite frankly, now you with the NFL, I don't know how.
They smoke your ass. You got to. But let's listen to Stephen A. Smith and let's hear him take a look.
The highest paid wide receiver in the NFL.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't. I'm disgusted with him right now. I'll be honest with you. We don't know whether it was a blunt or a joint in his hands. We don't know that it was cocaine that the lady was using, even though one surmises based on the video that's what it was. For me, this is a man that has been front and center on his own accord, speaking about not only how he wanted to be the highest paid player, the highest paid wide receiver, but he wanted to be the highest paid player in football. I want to make sure everybody understands that I believe that as a talent, Odell Beckham Jr. warrants consideration for those dollars. But I am getting sick and tired of these folks, these athletes out here not recognizing what your responsibilities are. See, it's moments like this where we look at a LeBron James and we have to appreciate who he is and what he represents. A man that has been in the limelight since age 17 and has never been in a speck of trouble. When you take into account the fact that he plays the sport of basketball, where your contracts are fully guaranteed and you have absolutely nothing to worry about, and the man has made close to $1 billion in his career and still knows how to act, then you turn around and you look at a guy like Odell Beckham Jr., who I personally like. See him at a lot of basketball games. But this is just stupid. It's stupid to even find yourself in this situation. Now, you can't stay up all night and you don't know who's videoing you at all. I get all of that, but it's drugs involved, purportedly. And you're associated with that at a time you are looking to get paid. And this is why I say the word stupid is appropriate. It would be irresponsible, but if you already got your money, it would just be irresponsible. It wouldn't be stupid. Stupid is when you do it before you got the money, while you're trying to get the money, knowing that they're using every excuse under the sun to deny you your money, and you still go out and do it. This is a man that regardless of what he wants, remember, Max, Riddick, Lewis, these guys, you negotiate your deal. They don't have to sign up to no contract extension. Plus, they get to franchise tag him if they want to, not just after this season coming up, but after the following season, which means that if the New York Giants want to play hardball, which is get them in the new GM's reputation, by the way, you literally can lock this brother down for 3 more years before you let him get his money. He knows this, and you put yourself in this position anyway? Inexcusable.
Although if you keep franchise tagging him, he'll wind up making more than any receiver on a per annum basis anyway.
Yeah, but he wants the long term.
Let me say this. Let me say this. The answer is I would pay him if I were the Giants. I'd give him the contract. And the reason is because if he is in a...
All right, I want to stop it right there. All right, so we heard what Stephen A. had to say.
Yes, sir.
Max was about to go on as a fan of the New York Giants, but let's talk about Stephen A. real quick, because that man gets a lot of ridicule and a lot of flack from us, deservingly so.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of shit that he does on First Take and a lot of shit that he does on his platforms. Now, we're fine, and we were real close to Stephen A. Smith when it comes to this area because we remember him from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Facts.
You understand? When he covered Allen Iverson.
Yes, sir.
We were definitely fans growing up of Stephen A. Smith, and we supported his platforms. Quite frankly, with Stephen A. Smith, we were on it. When he had a series XM Radio, we were on it. When he got promoted to his First Take with Skip Bayless, we were all on it. We all supported his movement. But then we kind of started seeing the transition once that bread started getting right.
Mm-hmm.
And things started getting a little jaded to us. And we were like, damn, it hurt. Because we still rode with it a little bit at fault. But we started seeing all right, this brother had to take a couple $1 extra to dance a little bit because he danced a little bit. But in regards to this, what did he say wrong? It's stupid. Okay, so we shouldn't have said stupid, but it was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen A. Smith went lighter than we went.
Facts.
I mean, I like the way he put his words. To be honest with you, I mean, that's real talk. At the end of the day, now, yeah, I think he should be paid, but we know how the NFL is. First of all, we know it means not for long. That's what they say. So it's like they will develop somebody else. They'll bring a rookie in. They'll trade you. We can go back and look at, not to get too far off the topic, but the Chip Kelly era in Philadelphia. Excuse me.
Speak on it.
Yeah, where he came in and systematically tore the team apart with outlandish allegations, and Deshaun Jackson even came back and ripped into him and said it was completely all lies later on. Even LaShawn McCoy had, different riffs. Countless other players had riffs. So it's like, yeah, man, you got to watch what you're doing. And I don't know what, is there any word on what the NFL is going to do yet? It hasn't been stated, but,
I mean, we all know what the NFL is about, but he also talked about somebody like a LeBron James, which is a great point.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad he brought up LeBron because LeBron is on his way to being the next black billionaire athlete we have out here. And shout out to LeBron. You know what I mean? And he's definitely grown my respect throughout the years because I wasn't a fan of him at first, especially when he threw out the I'm Jordan and all this shit. He gave that speculation because you're not. But it's all good because you're LeBron. And you made a brand for yourself and you're dope. I mean, honestly, when it comes to it, on a personal level, he's probably done more for the community and more for us and more for the people out there than Jordan.
Way more. We could talk about the schools. We could talk about, put the schools to the side. We could talk about how he took brothers and sisters, from his community, people that he grew up with, and, funded their education and put them on a team. I heard he has about 30, 40 people on his payroll, made a lot of brothers amount of millionaires, man. So definitely.
That being said, this brother knows when he goes out, you think he don't party? You think he just sits in his house and chills? No, he goes out and enjoys himself. He has a good time. But he understands his brand is over everything because his brand feeds and distributes to so many different people. He understands the power in that. So you think that motherfucker ain't taking phones away when he goes out and parties? You think LeBron ain't out here doing his thing? But he know how to take away phones. You got to learn from that. You in these circles, Odell. So either that stretches to or that leans toward a longer or different kind of problem you got going on to let something like that slip up. Mm-hmm. Or you just don't got the right people in your circle and you really got to check that because you're in a league that is systematically set up for you not to succeed and not to make money. They want to create billions and billions of dollars off of you, limit your brand as little as they can in contracts because they know you're going to get hurt. They know you're going to mess up. That's why you take care of your endorsements while you're in there and make your brand. Good point. That's why I don't get mad at anybody out there trying to showboat market their brand in the NFL. You do what you got to do. It's a business.
Deion Sanders is one of the best guys. Said, look, I'm not really trying to hit nobody.
Facts.
I'm trying to make, I'm making this money. And he used to pull up on cats.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And we should clown him for that.
Yeah.
But one of the greatest cornerbacks the greatest cornerback of all time.
The greatest. Period. Facts.
So it just goes to the business and it just leans toward it. Oh, but you gotta be better than that, man. Period. If you don't get your money, you can't be mad. You can't be mad. Nope. So man, let's transition, man. What else you got going on?
He's made a $50 million mistake, dude. Maybe more.
Probably more.
Yeah, but yeah, man. In news today, we seen that Lil Wayne Bird-man actually met the other night in the club. I think it was Club Live down there in Miami. You know what I mean? So what you think about that, man? You think it's fake? You think they bumped into each other or what?
Well, do me a favor real quick. You did the story earlier.
Yes, sir.
I seen that you dropped that story earlier. So why don't you go and do 1, 2 and say what you said in the story, and then I'll go in on what you said. How about we do that? It ain't no love. That ain't nothing. They happen to run into each other by accident, and it was either Lil Wayne steals off, or he takes the high road and gives him a hug. He still ain't got his bread.
Well, Birdman did say that the Carter 5 was coming out this year. You think he's lying, or?
I think that Jay Prince is on his ass, and he had to say something.
Right.
I mean, because that came out right after Jay Prince made his statement on Instagram. Now, I mean, I don't want to dig too deep into that.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
But to this day, there is no sign of the Carter 5, and that hug right there really didn't look too. It wasn't much conversation going on. We seen that. I mean, he's sitting there, eyes low, kind of looking to himself. It wasn't no eye-to-eye contact. He gave him no whatever because he had to,
right.
And it was what it was.
Let's talk about the contract, though. Let's talk about this whole thing because, like, Birdman has kind of responded with certain things. He would say, look, man, I made, he said, my whole team, like, we got platinum, records. I mean, all these cats is millionaires. You know what I mean? I made, Weezy hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, look where he's at for whatever. You know what I mean? Drake, Nicki Minaj. You can't deny that. right?
Right.
So it's like, how much? I mean, it's like how much he allegedly own? $5 million or something like that? No, $50 million.
50 million.
50 million. That is a lot of money. But what do you say to the people that say, look, it don't mean nothing because it's like, yo, like this dude put you on. So why are you crying about this little bit of money when this dude put you on? You're a multimillionaire. What's $50 million when this dude put you on? Because there's people out there that say that.
$50 fucking million. Who the hell would not trip out on $50 fucking million? You ain't gonna trip out if somebody ain't give you $50 million.
I mean, yeah.
He was kissing in the mouth. Nigga, $50 million.
But
oh my shit.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
I hear you.
Because it's almost like the Jay-Z situation where all the people came at Jay-Z.
Right.
When Jay-Z split. And even to a certain extent, Dame Dash, some people say Dame Dash was a little bit bitter about that. Jay-Z, you look at these cats like Chris, Neef, these cats is millionaires or close to millionaires even after they left. I'm not saying that they're ungrateful, but you had some of those cats that's very ungrateful.
So are you comparing the Rockefeller situation with Cash Money's going through right now?
Well, the thing is, we don't really know what really happened. You got one side, you got another side saying something.
I mean, there's a lot of people crying, and we've seen a lot of people throughout, like I was alluded to yesterday, who didn't do their paperwork correct and got by the music industry, got by the record industry. It is what it is.
Right.
And you've seen a lot of those people from Rockefeller, and we talked about it in, you know what I mean, in our private conversations about how they're kind of crying because Jay put them on in different ways, and they still use Jay's name to some certain degree as a platform of wealth at the end of the day, because when people talk to them, they want to hear those conversations.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? But in the Birdman situation, he got people saying, dude, you owe me money. Yeah. Like, you owe me bread. But to talk about, because we get hard on Birdman, and I personally also do get hard on Birdman. I'm not going to lie. It's fun. But I brought up the Forbes list, 2017 Forbes list. This was done in September 2017. Number 1 is Diddy, but we got Drake, Cash Money. You know what I mean? Jay-Z, Dre. But just to go down the list, we see Birdman at 12 at 20 million. We got Nicki Minaj at 16 million, number 16. Lil Wayne at 15.5 million at number 17. Cash Money, president, is making $1 million less than his artist. And you think he ain't tripping over $50 fucking million? I
got you. Nah, I'm not in no means trying to minimize. I'm just letting people know, what some people were saying when I heard Birdman's argument was. He said, like, look, man, that's what he said. I mean, it's on record. Him saying, look, I made these people stars. It's a bullshit argument, but indeed, that's his argument. So do you think that he's going to pay him?
Okay, now this is what I would say to that, and this is what I want to also ask you in saying this. Do you think it's a situation where paperwork wasn't done correctly? Classic situation of everything else. Because if it was a situation where you didn't take care of your paperwork and there's no breach of contract and there's nothing legally you can do, which seems to be the situation because Birdman's real calm on his shit. I took care of my people, blah, 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 blah. It'll work itself out. Meaning I don't have to pay you. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's a situation where it's paperwork, then you can't fault Birdman because it's you know better. And I mean, how long was the contract you had to renegotiate? Wayne, you went through a tear, a decade ago where you were mixtape after mixtape after mixtape and you were the king. You had power to renegotiate. But you stayed in that situation and then you made Cash Money and Young Money. You understand? And things look beautiful. Right. And then now all of a sudden you're crying wolf. So was it if it was a situation where it was contract and paperwork wasn't done correctly on Wayne's part, then I hear nothing for you.
Well, the thing is, people, when you especially that situation, they probably thinking that we cool, we don't really need that. You know what I mean? And obviously, one person took advantage of the situation. That's what it appears like.
Yeah, because he knew him since he was a baby.
Right, and he knew the business.
Yeah,
he taught them the business. So that's just what happens. I'm not saying that it's cool, but we look at even people accusing Diddy.
All the time.
Like, we got this young green artist that comes in and they give you all their music. They don't know nothing about the publishing and all that.
Right.
So you put that in you make sure you get the monies from that and throw them that on the back, and they happy with it. They happy just to be a star and all that.
Right.
But they don't, TLC, another group. You know what I mean? So we got to get our business together. The miseducation of the Negro. We got to get educated.
Facts. I mean, and we see the situation with Drake, where he said that he's owed some money. Or Jay Prince Jr. is owed money, so says Jay Prince, for finding Drake. But you don't really find him in a situation because paperwork was done correct. He had a bidding war after him once he was independent and did his thing. He did his paperwork correct, and that's why he sits there at number, I believe, 2 on the Forbes list for 2017. Right. At $94 million last year. Right. Destroying, if you look at that, he got 20, Birdman got 20, 16, that's 36, 15. He got more than all three of them combined.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Drake for his paperwork getting done correct.
Right.
You know what I mean? Facts on that. But what else we got, brother?
Cardi B just announced that she's dropping her project in April. So shout out to Cardi B.
Shout out to Cardi B. Are you interested? Are you excited? What's your thoughts about the year you are?
I'm definitely interested because she surprised me. And she kind of came out of nowhere. Because you think about it, like, where's Young M.A. at? She almost disappeared almost.
She got something coming out too, allegedly.
I mean, are you checking for her? She's got a buzz. Like, keep it real.
Nah, I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I got Young M.A.'s freestyles on my, that pop last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, it appears that the buzz has dwindled all the way down. For her. What do you think? What do you think? The top 5 right now. What do you think of the top 5 female rappers? In the game right now. I think that's a good question.
Top 5 female rappers. Now, if I would
top 5,
are we going off of lyricist? Or are we going off of buzz and? Will we just go overall? Because I mean, there's different categories to that.
That's that.
You talking
let's
overall?
Let's put it all together. Let's put every
overall
category together. Like, let's put it all together.
All right, overall.
This is raw. We could put lyrics in the category. We could put buzz. Let's put it all in there and say who is number 1 right now.
Top 5 female lyricists.
5. Let's go.
Number 5. I would have to go, and people might be crazy when I say this, but I'm gonna go with Lil Kim right now at top 5 female, and I'll go with her at top 5 simply because of her longevity in the game.
Right.
She still spits fire when she gets on her, her features and things like that. She still creates buzz. So I would definitely give her top 5, but I'm definitely not looking for Lil Kim right now. Another person I would put at number 4, I have to throw Young M.A. in there. Mm-hmm. At number 4, she's a young, talented MC right now.
Right.
She could definitely be higher on there because she was threatening Nicki's throne at number 1 early last year like a motherfucker.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she, like you said, she kind of fell off for whatever her reason is. And we're in a what have you done for me now lately? And she got to come out with heat over and over and over again to sustain longevity. Or at least create the buzz or create something. She seems like the type of person. And she seemed like a real cool motherfucker, to be perfectly honest with you. But she seemed real close to the vest, real tough, take care of her personal shit. But if she's not going to create music, she has to put herself out there more to make her personality and that buzz for her go like your Cardi B is doing. If Cardi B ain't dropping music, she's dropping something on Instagram for that, so she's here. Yep. She's always in your face.
Smart.
And that's why she's one of the top 3 right now. So I put Young M.A. at number 4. At number 3, I have to go with Remy. I gotta go with Remy.
Oh, damn! No, you didn't.
I gotta go with Remy.
Go ahead.
And this is why I gotta go with Remy. Because Remy, lyric-wise, is number 1.
Go ahead, bro.
Remy lyrically is number 1 to me. Period. Remy lyrically is number 1 for me. But no one, for some reason, and this has been throughout her career, and this is no diss on Remy, because I feel like personally she deserves to be number 1, and she is my number 1. When it comes to who I'm looking for, who I'd rather listen to is Remy. But you hear a lot of people out here that don't gravitate to her the way they do the other 2 I'm going to talk about, which we obviously know is Nicki and Cardi, 1 or 2, whatever. Gotta be. But I'd rather listen to Nicki. I'd rather listen to Remy over either one of those 2, to be perfectly honest with you. But based on buzz and based on who people are checking for alone right now, if we looked up the top 3 Googles or top 2 Google searches for female rappers, Remy wouldn't be in there. It is what it is. Wow. So that's why Remy is number 3. Okay. In my opinion, number 3. But at number 2, I gotta go with Cardi B. I don't want to. I'd rather put her 3 right now. I cannot sit here and lie. I'm not necessarily a fan of her music, but her buzz is crazy. Mm-hmm. Every record that she's dropping right now is hitting platinum, triple platinum, double platinum. She's making bread all over the place. How can I knock this woman's hustle? But personally, as it stands, I'm not a fan of her music. I'd rather listen to Remy. I'd rather listen to Lil Kim. I'd rather listen to Foxy, old Foxy. I'd rather listen to old Eve over Cardi B. That's the younger generation of music. That is what it is. And at number 1, I still got to give it to Nicki just based off of her longevity. She hasn't been seen for a while. All the accusations and all, you know what I mean? Everything has been out there on why. But at the end of the day, people are still looking for her. People still want her. People still yearn for that. And I mean, she until Cardi B can knock her off her throne, that is what it is. Now, this is based off of people and all that shit because I still, shout out to your Lauryn Hills, You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to your Eves.
Mm-hmm.
That sister that just wrote Black Girl Magic. I don't know her name. I gotta find Lil Wayne Monell or something. Let me find her name, make sure I'm correct.
Hey, let me say this real quick. While you find out real quick, I want to say this before I get my little top 5. I'll be real quick with it. I'm gonna go 1 to 5 on that too. Remember it was Nick. I think Nicki. No, who was it? Birdman who said Nicki Minaj. He said she is the best female rapper of all time. And other thing he said in that article, he said that it was a time when you go back and look. I think it was like around like maybe when Lil Kim and all them went out, and it was a time and Eve got married and all. Foxy Brown went deaf or blind, whatever happened, and Missy Elliott did what she did, and everybody just left. Yeah, definitely shout out to Missy. It was a void left. There wasn't no female rappers really like that out there. And who emerges? Nicki. That sassy, smart, charismatic chick from Queens. Comes out smashing shit. Now, I believe that, she a bit parts of Lil Kim's style. That happens, whatever. That's the game. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Cardi B is even admitted to doing, biting from different people. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. I think it was Kodak Black and Meek Mill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just like, so that's real talk. Like Nicki Minaj, like all these female rappers, except for Remy, because Remy was locked up at the time. So we can't really throw her in that. They have to, pay homage because Nicki Minaj opened that door back open for female rapping to even be cool again. Now the floodgates is open. Now, my quick 5, I'm going to go 1 to 5 real quick. First, I'm going to say that I think the top right now is Cardi B. You know what I mean? Facts. You know what I mean? Her buzz, the way she's rapping right now, I think is unmatched. She's killing Nicki right now, is what I think. Not to say that Nicki, I think that Nicki is still close. That's why I'll say that Nicki is number 2. Nicki's number 2. Nicki has to come out and do more. Nicki went into hiding. Now, people saying, oh, Nicki's making an album. Okay, we'll see. We're going to see it. We're going to see if the album's going to be worth anything. 3, Remy. 3, Remy. I go back to Remy, bust the air bubbles out your sneakers, the big pun. So, ain't nobody dealing with Remy lyrically, like you say. We both agree on that. But, she's getting slim. She's doing her thing. And I wish I could put her at number 1 right now. But, just the past, I love her. I may have to revise this list because she did come out and smash Nicki Minaj. So, matter of fact, let me switch that around. I got to switch it. Remy number 2. Remy number 2.
That makes a little more sense.
Let me flip it around.
Okay.
Because that slipped my mind, so let me get a mulligan on that.
Word. Okay.
Right. Remy number 2. Then Nicki. And then 4, 5 I think is irrelevant at this point. You know what I mean? I think they're irrelevant. You got 3 spots. You really got 1, the top spot, but you got like 3 women right now battling. Now, what do you think? Because Cardi and Remy is cool. Do you see any type of friendly competition in the future between them 2?
There has to be.
Definitely.
There fucking has to be. And I think it has to be between all 3 women. You understand? If they want to be at the top, we got to see the Jay-Z Nas beef and all that all over again. Now, they don't have to come to fisticuffs. We're not talking about fighting and throwing bottles in the club.
No.
Y'all can honestly clap it up and be cool and take pictures in the club for all we care. But when it comes to lyrical, we want to see destruction. We want to see y'all go at each other. We don't want to see, we don't got to get kids or nothing involved. But if y'all want to throw it in your raps, put it in there. Because all bets are off when it comes to who wants the throne in this rap shit. And that's how it should be. Healthy competition is what I'm asking for. Mm-hmm. And you got these women out here nowadays. You see Cardi B. Like you said, she's number 1 right now. You got Nicki at number 2. We both. You got Remy at 2. Excuse me. And then you had Nicki at 3. Mm-hmm. So we got all 3 of them. We both agree that those 3 are the top 3. You understand what I'm saying? So all 3 of them got it. They got fisticuffs. It has to be crazy.
So it's gonna be good for the culture. It's gonna be good for the sport.
Exactly. It ain't gonna do nothing but help all of them. Everyone's gonna be looking for any one of them songs to come out from any one of them 3 female artists, and the buzz is gonna be nuts. We'll be on here talking about it. Who did what? They should come together and honestly just sit behind the scenes and say, "Yo, we should just come at each other. Let's do this. Keep it clean."
I was just going to suggest that today it should be, and it is, a certain WWE. A little aspect of that because we went to go see that. That was dope.
Fun as fuck.
You know what I mean?
Royal Rumble, hell, that shit's fun as hell.
Right. So it's just like, yeah, we should have a certain aspect of that, but we have to keep it. Well, we are the beneficiaries mostly. That's what we talk about, the culture vulturism. We'll get into that deeper at another point. it's cool to have it, but we just can't have other people exploiting the benefit off of it. We need the benefit off of it and make sure it doesn't turn violent, in my opinion.
Y'all listening to the Uncensored Truth, SamAnt OGOT podcast, viral hip-hop news and hip-hop news uncensored coming to you for the podcast, Killing the Game. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Once y'all leave y'all cities and states down in the description box, down in the comment section, let me know and let us know where y'all from, where y'all listening, man. We appreciate y'all. We can shout y'all back out once we're on live, man. You got the film up, man. Let's get it popping.
Yes, sir. Also, we want to get some. We're going to give y'all the next time we come on. We'll give you an address. We can get some merch.
Yeah,
I can send us some merch so we can wear it on air. We don't really want to wear the brands per se. We want to wear with y'all. Send us. Next time we come on the air, I have an address where y'all can send us some stuff, and we'll wear it on the air. We'll promote y'all brand for free for y'all. This is the Uncensored Truth podcast with OGOT and
SamAnt. You already know. You feel good, man. We're going to do that. That's a dope little segment we're going to do. We're going to hit y'all with different segments. You know what I mean? Top 5. Y'all leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what y'all want. We're going to do top 5 shows of the 90s. Top 5 Philly artists like we just seen Trendsetter Shady. Get feature artists of the week. We would love to get some of these feature artists on the platform to interview them personally. So if y'all know, y'all make sure y'all share this. Y'all make sure you subscribe to the movement so that we can get it out to the eyes and get these brothers and sisters on here to hear their perspective personally, you know what I mean? Because we got close contact and we want to touch all these people and really give back and really do this the right way like we alluded to in the other podcast. I'm not going to bring it up anymore, but in order for us to get better, in order for stuff like this to grow, we got to support one another. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll keep doing that kind of stuff for real.
Facts. Make sure y'all support, definitely. It's a story that actually came up. I want to put the headline right here. Carrie Hilson did announce that she's coming back into music. She said that, she battled with depression. You know what I mean? I think we can, talk about, that. How could somebody that has so much success, and that's another side of this, the other side of music, had so many hits and was the top. At one point, she was like the top, one of the top female artists, I think, at one point, definitely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? She was definitely competing. How could somebody, deal with depression? I think you have it all. You got the money, you got the cars, you got the clothes. You know what I mean? The success. Everybody.
I tell you what. Depression is a disease of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Disease strictly of the mind. And you get put in a situation where a lot of these artists, like we said, they don't come from much. But let's say you do. Let's say you come from a middle income household.
Right.
You know what I mean? You right down the middle. You ain't struggling. You always had something on your table, but you ain't out here doing lavish shit. And then you get all this wealth, and you get all of this fame. And you have to understand this responsibility that comes behind that, because not only are you in the limelight in front of all these people and you have to shine at all times, but people don't understand the background when you have to take care of your mom, when you have to take care of your dad, when your cousins come and they want to, you know what I mean, when they need something. Or then you got that best friend that needs something. You got your brother that needs a loan. And then you turn around, you're getting shot at the knees before you have any kind of leg to stand on. And then you kind of slowly realize, these people really never gave a fuck about me. They just kind of clung on for your success, or could play mind games with you, because a lot of the people that love you, care about you, they subconsciously and don't even understand that they do this to you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it could you sitting in that room alone and you have all this shit around you, but then you still got to take care of taxes. People don't understand. And the one time you say no, they condemn you. It fucks you up.
Yeah.
It fucks you up.
Yeah, man. You make great points there. Great points. And that's what Carrie Hilson was talking about. She said even though she had all of that, she's at the mountain of her life. She just she was missing something. So now she's gonna make her return to music. Sometimes it just takes time just to find yourself.
You got to, man.
Yep. You
got to. And at the end of the day, money doesn't save anything, because once you run out of shit to buy and you sitting there by yourself, like I said, you still don't understand why you're not happy. It fucks you up. It could fuck you up. We see this happen to a lot of artists. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to Carrie Hilson. Hopefully you can come out here with an awesome career and keep your stuff going, man, because you're a beautiful woman and you had dope ass music, man. We love to see you out here doing your thing for sure.
Facts. I'm gonna touch on this real quick, and I'll turn it over to you real quick. Rich Homie Quan, sat down and did an interview, and him out of all people said that today's music lacks content and morals. What do you think about? I know you feel some type of way. What do you feel about him coming out and saying that? What do you feel about that? He's right.
I'm fucking with Rich Homie Quan more and more, because like you said, when he first came out, he was on that. We seen him with Young Thug or whatever his name is. He was doing the blouses and it was a little weirdo stuff going on. But then he kind of wanted to stray away from that, because I guess he kind of seen the manipulation. He kind of seen the evil in the industry early. And he fell off, he fell back, he got into a little bit of legal trouble, but he fell off and he fell back and he reassessed the situation. And he cut his hair, he just changed his look up. And I'm not saying cutting your hair was anything bad, but I mean, he just changed his look up. He wanted to change his whole aura up.
Right.
And then you see him making statements like this and coming out. And the brother's music is dope. When you hear him outside of the stuff, he's a talented dude.
Right.
His shit's dope. So for him to start coming out and saying it's an evolution that we need, it's your 21 Savage coming out and saying that I'm going to start investing and doing these things. It's these young brothers that were ignorant at first and they're beginning to evolve. And that's all we wanted into it. That's a real good sign. That's your Jay-Z evolving. That's your Nas evolving. These are the younger generation. And for them to start seeing that early and start saying, okay, now it's time to make an evolution. Shout out to him. Facts on that, man. I hope it's much success for you, man. And I want it to work out. Word up.
Yeah, and then speaking of Nas, we know that he did sign one of his companies was bought out by Amazon for $1.2 billion recently. So shout out to Nas also making big moves.
Big moves out here.
Definitely. So yeah, man, this Uncensored Truth podcast about the old guy and SamAnt, man. We just bringing y'all this raw, uncensored, real, truthful content all day long. Make sure you go into the description box right now and follow us right now. You got to follow the channel, Uncensored Truth. We're going to put the full edited podcast over there on that channel. It'll also be available on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Yes.
You know, we're gonna keep on pumping. We're gonna definitely keep on pumping, man. We appreciate y'all.
Word up.
tuning in. I'm gonna dive into this article real quick because it was the subject of a lot of controversy the other day with fellow hip hop analyst DJ Academics, where he said, and Nipsey Hussle, shout out to Nipsey.
Word up.
Shout out to the Culture Vulture movement over there and hip hop motivation. He said that, you know, he wanted to see 21 Savage continue to talk that gangster shit. Well, 21 Savage, you know, the backstory is that 21 Savage manager recently, you know, came out and said that, you know, 21 Savage is not going to be wearing any expensive jewelry anymore in gesture. He's going to just be wise with his money and inspire financial literacy for his younger fans. This is what his manager came out. He actually posted, you know, a post on Twitter the other day. So it's just like he's going to help, you know, he's going to be helping the youth invest crypto, which is cryptocurrency, you know, Bitcoin and all that.
Right.
Youth startups. And he wants to make it cool for young rappers to do that again. This is what 21 Savage manager, Meezy, I guess his name is. Yeah, Meezy said, lead by example. He puts in caption right there. So that is dope right there, man. That is very, very dope, man. What do you have to say about that right there, man? You see right there that his manager is like, you know what I mean?
You got the right people in that brother's corner. You know, I mean, they're telling him the right things to give him the right information. And that's a good thing. You see the evolution in that young brother that is 21 Savage. Because we all came out, we've seen him on the Breakfast Club. We've seen all the weirdo shit. We all clowned about it. But like I said, at some point there should be growth and you shouldn't be demonized for the mistakes that you made when you were younger. There is evolution. Mistakes are made as a young man. And his brother's growing up. And he's trying to give back to the youth. Now, it goes hand in hand. I wonder, and this is just me thinking off the top, I wonder if this has something to do with the Black Panther movie. Because we talked about that. And we talked about the imagery in TV and programming nowadays. And that was such a powerful movie, as we saw and he alluded to. And now we have people like 21 Savage coming out and saying that he's going to start wearing jewelry and start doing a little more uplifting things. And we've seen what Rich Homie Quan said. There seems to be a little bit of a trend and a movement going on with some of the past ignorant ones, as we should say, or the mumble rappers, or the ones we condemned early on. We're starting to see evolution in some of them. What do you think about that? And the correlation between the Black Panther movie and a little bit of the younger coming out and doing what they're doing right now?
Excellent question, man. What I have to say about that is I think this is just a testament that when you start to elevate your consciousness, you got a lot of you know, entertainers, you know, getting health conscious, eating, you know, reading better. Once you start reading better, you know, you reading, you start learning your history. It's like a whole evolution that happens, you know, and it's great to now see that these younger rappers are not just putting their head into the nonsense. They're putting into, you know, get your hip hop coffee right now in the description box. They're putting, you know, their mind, you know, into, you know, positive things. And these are the things that we're going to need if we're talking about some, because you got Diddy now pushing this thing called a Black Renaissance.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I'm with that.
Hell
But this is what we're going to need. We're going to need them because the way it works is, as we know, it's like these rappers have influence. They got millions of people following them. Some people got 50 million followers on Twitter, YouTube, you know, all these different, you know, platforms. So with that comes influence. So if you could influence either positive or negative. It's just like the gun. It can be used to save a life. It can be used to take a life.
Fact.
You know what I mean? So you can use it either way. So when people are starting to use their influence and their power in hip hop, that's what it's all about. That's what hip hop's supposed to be about.
Fact.
Using that for the upliftment of our people. Then it's good for everybody, man.
And that's what we're trying to do here at the Uncensored Truth, SamAnt Old Guy Podcast. I want to give a shout out real quick to One Love Tattoo, 710 East Landers Road. Shout out to my girl Vanessa Shout out to my brother Ans. They're going to be dropping real soon. Art Gallery.
Sure.
They're doing big things over there. We're going to be partnering up with them real soon and doing big things. They got some huge things set up. Shout out to Danny Devastation. She was just over there getting tats done yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? They were just out in Brooklyn doing their thing. So shout out to them over there. The Black Renaissance is definitely going down. And we just want to be a part of it, baby. You understand what I'm saying? It's the Uncensored True SamAnt Podcast. Make sure you subscribe now. We appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Sir, we out. Hey.